with pure big stone. Yesterday, Mikey called me on the phone. Me say, Mikey, look at my tendons. Man's turned, fam. The sun is beaming. Another beautiful day. We're making a little seafood pasta that I've made up. Just gonna make some nice shit. So I've got some clams, some mussels, some cod, couple of prawns. We're gonna make a little tomato sauce, and then we're just gonna fold some linguine through it, and it's gonna be delicious. Something lovely to eat in this glorious sunshine. So we're gonna start off with our sauce, right? Fennel, couple shallots, bog standard shit. Because I want to do like a quite fast pasta, we're going to show off our chopping skills here, yeah? We want nice, small, uniform bits so that everything cooks at the same time. Ow! Oh, it's only skin, it's fine. Nice sharp knife. And that. Oh, I'm bleeding. It's that little bit of skin on the top of your knuckle. Fucking medic. Right, so we chopped one bit of fennel. I want 2 shallots. We're using shallots because cook faster, higher sugar content. They're going to give us a better sweetness than a normal onion would, right? So top and tail. Because when the sun's out, I just want to eat Italian dishes. And I feel like I don't really eat pasta as much as I used to. I'm pretty fucking sick of it. But if I do eat pasta, I really enjoy making seafood dishes. So I went to the fishmongers and I saw what was in, and he was like, I've got this, 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 and this. And then instantly I was like, oh, what can I make for Sunday sessions that's easy and everyone can do, and there's like impact and got flavour. And it was this basically. Like for me, one of the death row meals has got to be like spaghetti vongole, man. Like 5 or 6 ingredients, done correctly, looked after, thought about, traditional. I just enjoy seafood pastas more than any other pasta, especially in the summertime, man. Like in the winter, yeah, of course, we all want a deep ragu or something mushroomy or whatever. But in the sun, I just want to eat chili, tomatoes, a nice bit of shellfish, maybe some white wine. Just gonna eat something delicious with the boys in the garden. Fennel's chopped, 2 shallots chopped. I've got some garlic, 5 cloves of garlic that I'm just gonna slice. And I feel like whenever I've chopped an onion and some fennel, the next thing I'm always looking for is a bit of garlic. Done. Base, done. Let's talk seafood. So in here, I've had to cover it because the flies are fucking eating it. I've got some clams and some mussels. Cheap, cheerful, everyone loves them. Open with white wine, delicious, bleed into the sauce, great. In here, I have a piece of cod, 2 stray bits of hake that I might not use, I might just eat for dinner. And then some prawns that I've peeled, but I've kept the shells and the heads because we're gonna use them through our tomato sauce in order to like create enough oomph and enough impact to carry through the dish. Basically, essentially what we're doing is we're gonna make like a fish ragu to start with, and then our shellfish and our prawns are then going to go back through before the pasta goes in, because we don't want to put everything into the pan and cook it, because we're going to have chewy prawn, our mussels are going to be overcooked, our clams are going to be rubbery and shit. We don't want that. I want to slowly braise a little bit of white fish in this sauce and then cook everything the way it should be cooked last minute. Mussels and clams need like 30 seconds, as do prawns. If you overcook this stuff now, it's game over, bullshit, dog shit, right? Got some dry Italian chilies, right? I'm just gonna pull the top off. So the dry ones, they're a lot hotter, they intensify. Get any seeds out that are in them. And we're just gonna give this a little rough. Little rough chop. This is just gonna go in with our base. Background flavour. A little bit of like, a little bit of noise. So, right, heat is on. Pan on. to drop it to medium. This doesn't really do medium, but at home you're gonna drop it to medium, yeah? Don't want roaring hot. I'm gonna go in with cooking olive oil. Three tablespoons of olive oil. And then, so I bought prawns in the shells, shelled them myself, took the bum sack out, and kept the heads. I want to put the heads into our base to add as much flavour as possible. If we're throwing away prawn heads, we're throwing away free flavour. That was a lot of F's for one sentence. We're throwing away, throwing's a T, we're throwing away free flavour, yeah? Flavour with a TH. I'm only gonna use the prawn heads, yeah? So I've got 6 prawn heads here. I'm just gonna gently fry in this oil. And that's just gonna start to infuse flavour, start to bring up a little background, a little depth, right? Again, throwing away free flavour isn't something that we wanna do. Our prawn heads are slowly gonna bleed, infuse all of the brains, which sounds fucking rank, but the brains and the juices, that are concentrated in the prawns, I can't talk, that are concentrated in the prawn's head are gonna bleed into our olive oil, and that's gonna be our first layering of flavor, right? You need to think about it as if you're like painting a house, like base coat, and then I wanna go a neutral base coat so that I can stick this lime green on, and then I'm gonna do 3 coats of lime green so it's vibrant and it pops. Look, you see this? Starting to bleed, our oil's starting to change. There's the smell of the sea in the air, right? Beautiful little prawn heads. That's our first introduction of seafood. Here, 4 anchovy fillets with the oil going in. They're gonna melt and get all delicious and shit, yeah? Then I want a big pinch of fennel seeds, staying whole. These are gonna toast off in this oil, right? Beautiful. Handful of dried chilies that we cut. Again, swirl it around. Also, you're probably watching this now being like, rah, prawn heads, so much to take in. We're gonna pull these out before we serve it, don't worry. This is just to impart flavor, yeah? So, anchovies are melted. We now need to cool the pan down, right? So, we're gonna go in with our shallots. Anytime you add onions to a pan, I want you to think salt, yeah? Salt draws out the moisture, makes your onions caramelize quicker, lets the sugars out, right? Shallots in. Then we're gonna go in with our beautifully chopped fennel. And you'll see how fast this starts to cook. Just because it's all uniform, we've chopped it really slow, everything's gonna cook at the same time. Beautiful. Oh, we've lost one. There she goes. I'm torn, I'm making this up as I go on, right? But I went to the fishmongers, there was bits of fish, I was like, oh yeah, I wanna do a seafood pasta, but I also want bits of white fish to run through the sauce, right? So, I'm gonna go cod. I've got cod and egg, I'm gonna go cod. I've got this beautiful collar piece of cod. Look at that. Absolute beauty. Yeah? And I'm just gonna like roughly chunk it. I don't want it to cook down to fuck all, but I also want it to be flavoursome, but not just like get fucking lost. So little cubes as if we're doing shish, right? Now look, got nice colour. There's a smell of prawns in the air, the fennel seeds are toasted, shallots are slowly starting to catch. This is our chance to add in our garlic, right? Garlic, for me, always goes in last. It's the most temperamental. If it burns, your whole dish is fucked. So garlic always in last, please, ladies and gents, yeah? Make sure all of their brains and stuff are out, right? Nice. I have 2 tins of whole tomatoes. I always use whole tomatoes. I don't use chopped. I buy them whole, rinse them off, and then just use the tomato itself, right? None of that fucking pulpy shit that it comes in. It's not nice. I don't like the way it makes my mouth feel when I eat it, so I wash them off, right? Tomatoes in. Just break your tomatoes in. So as soon as they hit the pan, they're gonna release all of their water, right? What we're looking to do is allow the tomatoes to release all of their juice, but then we're gonna cook them down until the flavors intensify and sweeten, yeah? So we're building as much flavor outside as we can so that when it comes to putting the pasta together, we can add a spoonful of this like master tomato deliciousness and then just whiz our other bits through. So the late great Anthony Bourdain once said, prior preparation prevents poor performance. The 5 Ps, yeah? So we're priorly preventing our poor performance by, what's in about laughing? We're priorly preventing our poor performance by making sure that we're making this delicious like tomato number, yeah, in the pan. I know priorly isn't a word, but I've used it. So we're making this little delicious tomato number so that when it comes to like the fast, exciting bit, it's all done and all we've got to worry about is making sure that our clams are cooked right, our mussels are cooked right, we haven't overcooked our prawns and they're dog shit. So we're doing as much flavor development as we can now and priorly preventing ourselves from poor performances. Big up Anthony Bourdain. I'd say the prawn heads have been in for about 10 minutes. The tomato's getting to a point where all of the liquid's just about to cook out. I want to fish my prawn heads out now because if we cook them any longer, they're just going to turn bitter. And also like the little, I don't know, what's that bit of a prawn? Like it's the prawn's beard, those little things. The longer we cook it, the more chance they have of falling off and then getting into our sauce. And we don't want that, right? So we're just going to fish them out now. They've done all they can, thank you. Like an impact sub, off you come. Yeah, cool. And now we're left with like this deep, sweet prawn head secret flavor sauce, yeah? That we want to reduce all the way down. I'm just gonna have a taste for salt. I did season it when the shallots went in, but want a nice little taste here. Thanks for watching, man. Fucking, this is all right. Yeah, squash this down until most of the moisture goes. And then these little bits of cod, I'm just gonna fucking stick in. Just like that. So essentially this is like a, it's now turning into a cod ragu that's not a cod ragu. Don't worry, man, stay with me, you'll be fine. Let the cod slowly do its thing. Now, when the cod's in, I don't want to start fucking stirring because it's going to break the cod to fuck all, right? Just let it poach in this little tomato sauce. I'm going to give it a little nudge of water just so there's like a little bit of steam in our pan and our cod has the ability to slowly poach through, right? And pretty much, basically, when that water has got to a point again where it's reduced all the way down, we are fucking done, my friend, and then we do other part, yeah? So, let this do its thing. Add the blipping music. Priorly to this, Yeah, but you would just say Pryor, wouldn't you? Little Richard Pryor, yeah, Pryor. Maybe it's only a doctor's thing. But Sri Lanka. Our cod's cooked down, tomatoes cooked down. We kind of made like this coddy ragu, I guess. And this is just going to be our base flavour for our pasta dish. I've just given some to Rob off camera. It's a little bit on the spicy side, but I'm going to add this Calabrian chili oil, which is going to take it over the cusp, I'd say. But we're going to add this in here now. No matter what happens, we know that we've got built flavour before our pasta goes in. Now we've now got to think, I've added all these things to the pan, so I've got sweet, I've got fiery. When finishing the pasta, we're gonna have the clam juice, we're gonna have the mussel juice, we're gonna have like a squash of lemon juice, we're gonna have some peppery olive oil. It's all gonna come together and it's gonna be fucking delicious. So I'm gonna put this in a different container, get my pasta water out, bring it all together. Bob's your uncle, Fanny is your blood clot mum. Thanks, cut. We're back. Boiling pot of water is on. I've cleaned out my pan, stuck my little ragu-y shit into a bowl. And now we're just gonna start putting shit together, right? So, clams and prawns are in here. This pan's on a medium heat. What I'm gonna do quickly is just pinch a bit of this pasta water. I know that looks like loads, but I'm using a very shallow spoon. We're gonna go in with our little coddy concoction, right? And the water's just so that we're bringing it back up to temperature and it's not going to catch. So that's the base, yeah? We want this to come up to temperature. Now, we are going to add flavours into this pan, right? So I'm going to wait for this to come up and then I'm going to go in with a handful of clams, about yay much. Same amount of mussels, make sure they're closed before you put them in. And then we're gonna splash in some white wine, right? The white wine is gonna give us like a nice acidic flavour, but also gonna create steam in order for our clams and mussels to open, right? Water's boiling. I've got some fresh linguine. And this is only going to take 2 minutes. Fresh linguine. Heavily seasoned pasta water. Mussels and clams have been steaming 90 seconds. They've just opened up, right? Then just want to toss in these prawns. And again, just a little lid, let those steam through. Pasta's still al dente. Look, prawns have just started to turn, right? Now, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful pasta. bit of pasta water. And we're going to stir this through. Little touch of pasta water, because it's soaked up the first bit. Our pasta's also al dente, the ice cream man's out. Got this beautiful, deep, red, gorgeous pasta. Gonna go in with our parsley. Gonna throw in some really nice olive oil. And then a little splash of pasta water, just again. I'm gonna try toss this. It might not work. I've got loads of shit in this pan. And I've picked a high-sided pan like a donut, so it might not work. But I'm gonna try it. My pan handle's melted onto my hand. I'm gonna try a toss. Ah! Ow, ow, it's my feet. A little bit of pasta water. I just want everything to be clinging on to each other. Look at that, man. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Turn my pan off. A little squash of lemon right at the end while the heat's off, just so there's contrast. And then a last bit of olive oil to help emulsify. I want it all to come together, it'll be beautiful and delicious. Let's have a little taste now before we put it on a plate. Banging, right, let's go. Look at this, man, Jesus. You want your pasta to still be wet before it goes on the plate, right? Just so that it's got travelling time. Otherwise, it's all gonna seize up and be shitty. Whereas this is like slippery, glossy. This is enough pasta for like 3 people. Sloppy, sloppy pasta. The last bit's on. I mean, I was gonna try to plate this beautifully, but there's fucking 3 hungry lads here that want to eat a beautiful bowl of seafood pasta. I ate the first prawn. I made it. I'm eating the first prawn. Robert wants his own little plate, so he's brought his own little baby Tupperware. Well, let me put this in our container, please, bro. Just give this bit to our Rob first. You got one? No, man's got his own fork. Come on. Yeah, so beautiful pasta. Made like a little cod sauce, little white wine. Yeah, fucking yum. Really nice bite to the pasta. I've got like a slightly spicy tomato sauce, acidity from like lemon juice and white wine. Eats really well. I like the way fresh pasta like chews.
You can taste the sea, bro. Innit? Is it because of the mussel?
Mussels and clams, the juice they give off, it's very sea vibes. You see this? You see all of this on the bottom of the plate here? All of this on the bottom of the plate. Whenever you serve a pasta, I want to be able to take my pasta, dunk it back in a little bit of sauce, wrap it back up, get a nice spoonful like so. I want to take a clam, dunk my pasta in the clam. Oh, look at that, little bit of clam on the top. And then I just want a glass of white wine, man. I want a glass of white wine. I want a little bit of sunburn. I want a really nice waiter/waitress. I want that shower that you get when you come back from a holiday and you know you're like, oh, I'm really hot and I need to acclimatise. I want someone I love eating it with me. It's just holiday food, man.
White wine.
Thanks, Rob. A little bit of white wine. With a fucking, it's like sun warm. It's nice though. It's alright. Crispy white wine. Absolutely delicious. Robert, delicious? Good. Bon voyage.
Just trying to get a prawn with the